This program is brought to you by Rogers Xfinity, connecting you to more of what you love. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Thank you so much for joining us here on An Hour to Give. I'm Sam Laprade, and every week we get together, we talk about volunteering and we talk about philanthropy and community, and today is no different. Well, there's a little twist. The students from the Public Relations program at Algonquin College will be joining us a little bit later because they have been very busy helping to raise important funds for OCISO. And Danielle Roman joins me now. Hello, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
It's great to have you here. And you're from OCISO.
I am, yes.
And many people may not know this organization, and I know you've got an official title. We affectionately refer to you as OCISO. But what does OCISO stand for?
So OCISO stands for the Ottawa Community Immigrant Services Organization.
Amazing.
Yes.
And tell me what you do.
So we support newcomers. We've been in business in the field since 1978. And our main thing is to support newcomers as they transition into Ottawa, into the Canadian system. And that's through multiple programs. So we have a general settlement program. We have services that we offer in the schools, which are called our multicultural liaison officers. And what they do is they really just bridge that gap between the school admin and the clients. We have mental health. We have youth programming. We have language instruction. We have newcomers, employment supports. So really just like a one-stop shop under our 4 locations.
So you read my mind. I was going to say you're like a hub, which is wonderful. And you know, I often think about how daunting it would be for a family, an individual, anybody coming to Canada that is coming for various reasons. And we can talk about all the reasons people find themselves in beautiful Canada. Absolutely. But how daunting that would be, because of course, a lot of people that don't live in Canada, all they hear about is our snow, and they think it's 365 days of the year, and they come maybe and they land here in February, and they don't know what to expect, and that's where you step in.
And that's where we step in, and you're right. It's a very daunting experience, and you know, unfortunately, a lot of our clients, they do come to us with post-migration stress as well, right? They're coming to us because of maybe a global crisis. They're coming to us because of displacement. So they already have that trauma compounded on now coming to a new place, finding a home, meeting new friends, getting their kids in schools. So there's a lot of pieces that OCISO just kind of connects the dots for them. Is really what we do, because they're lost. A lot of times they are lost, and knowing that the supports are out there, I think just alleviates some of the stressors and some of the angst that they come with. Yeah.
Now, I don't need to tell you that the world has been challenging.
It has.
We'll call it challenging, but there's so many bigger words that I could use. But and the fact that Canada has been so welcoming, and we are that beautiful melting pot for so many different people from around the world that have called now Canada home. I love to think that you're that welcoming organization that includes the fact that we want people to feel welcomed, and we want this to be inclusive and have people welcomed into our community. This must take a team of people. How do you do this?
Absolutely. So I work with a phenomenal team. And I know everyone says that. But our CEO, Mary Roman, she's the steward that leads the ship. We have a phenomenal management team. And then we have the best employees, right? And the thing about our employees is they have the lived experience. So when somebody's coming in to get those supports, they're actually talking to somebody who might have gone through this journey as well. But we have about 120 employees at OCISO that speak over 50 different languages, so we're able to kind of provide the cultural and the linguistic sensitivity to our programming. So yeah, it's a very compassionate, I would say, team.
So a couple of years ago, I was asked to be a guest at your gala.
Oh, yay,
and
okay.
I teared up a few times, but it was because of pure joy.
Yes.
It was the stories that were told, and it was, people that had arrived in Canada for all different reasons. One was a young woman from Ukraine,
Yes.
which I will never forget her as long as I live.
Yes.
There were people that had come from Syria. There were incredible stories, and I think the sense that people come, very, very talented people from all across the world, come and want to do their job that they were doing in their home country in Canada, and they want to be the doctor, the nurse, the accountant, the lawyer, and to find their way. So the employment piece is really big.
Is really, really big. We get a lot of highly skilled newcomers, right? Education, credentials, and that is a huge barrier, I find, to gaining employment, especially in their field, because you're right, you'll have a neurologist, right? That can't get their accreditation. And how do we tell someone like that, you need to go and do a survival job, right? So that is absolutely a barrier, and it's important. OCISO does have a program like that where we support newcomers in getting their credentials and getting them the supports that they need to get them to employment. At least it may not be in their field directly, but getting them as close to their field as possible. I think that is one of the things that Canada needs to tap into, is really looking at a way how we can recognize those credentials for sure, because we talk about gaps, for instance, in healthcare. We have a plethora of, nurses, doctors, clinicians that just can't get their credentials recognized. Yeah.
Beautifully said. And you have many, many champions in this community.
We do,
and
yes.
your champion group grew by many when the Algonquin College public relations students decided to take you on as their charity of choice and not only raise those important funds, but raise awareness. When you first heard the news,
oh my
Danielle,
gosh.
tell me what that was like.
It was very exciting. So I had gone to do the pitch with the amazing students that will be joining later. And as soon as I left, just messaging, did we get it? Did we get it? Did we get it? And when the news came out that OCISO was successful, it gave me chills. It really did. Because it's great to see that OCISO is being recognized, right? And understand the support that is needed for what OCISO does. Because these newcomers, they're our neighbors, they are our teachers. We see them on a daily basis. They sit on our boards. So it really is important when we get the recognition to be able to continue to offer these supports, for sure. Yeah, they did an amazing job.
Yeah, and they're going to be raising lots of money, lots of awareness over the next few weeks. Today is a starting point in terms of sort of sharing that message. What message would you want to send to those donors that are maybe going to be new donors through this campaign, or people that have supported you over the last number of years? What would you say to them?
I would say that supporting newcomers, supporting OCISO, it really is something, it's not an individual cause. It really is something that helps the community, right? I think one of the things we need to recognize is that, yes, we do have government funding that is very parameter focused. When we get donations, when we do fundraising, that is just another way for us to continue those supports, keep our doors open, and maybe support the newcomers outside of the parameters of those funding, right? So I would say, please donate, connect with us, volunteer, because this is a community issue. It's a human issue. It is not specifically linked to, numbers or anything like that. We really just need to take care of the newcomers that are coming into our region, for sure.
Yeah, that's wonderfully said.
Yes.
And for someone that may want to learn more information about you, I love you touched on the gift of time, volunteering, such an important piece. What would you say in terms terms of those volunteer positions and how people may connect with you on that level?
Oh, absolutely. So in any of our programs, we would take volunteers. One of our most robust programs is our mentorship program and our youth program that takes those volunteers, right? So for instance, our mentorship programs, we're looking at connecting mentees with mentors in their field of employment, so they're able to get that Canadian experience. With our youth programs, we do a homework club, right? So we get a lot of teachers, we get a lot of professors that just come back and want to give back. And we do see that it's that intergenerational connection between, you know, the youth and between the seniors. So it really does, it kind of solidifies what we're doing. But yes, please, like, you know, donation. Like, I think volunteering, like admin positions, there really is anything that you want to do, OCISO will find a way to kind of fit you in. Yes.
I have a funny feeling that, and I think when you become part of the OCISO family, then you're there for a long time.
Oh my gosh, we have employees like that have been with us for 30 years, you know, and it's astounding. I've been with OCISO now for about 5 years, and when I hear their stories and why they started, some of our employees have been with us from the very beginning, since 1978. You know what I mean? Like, that's amazing. It's amazing, and it really is a family. I know that, you know, we don't say that with work and things like that, but I really do feel like I'm happy when I go into work on a daily basis, because I leave knowing that I've supported something that I believe very strongly in.
And what would you say to the students that are about to embark on this wonderful campaign? What would you say to them to inspire them to move forward and do their very best?
Yes, you guys are amazing, number one. They're phenomenal. Yeah. I've had the pleasure of meeting you know, quite a few of those students, and I think I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you from OCISO. I want to say thank you from our clients, the newcomers. I want to say thank you from our staff members, and I also I'm appreciative of the compassion and the drive that they've displayed with this initiative. So it's amazing work. We're in it with you for the long haul. Absolutely.
I love that. And your website?
Yes, www.ociso.org. We're also on all the social medias with that tag as well, just OCISO. So yes, follow us on all of our socials and see we have exciting things happening on a regular basis. So yeah, for sure, take a look at that.
And do you have any other events coming up this year in 2026 you want to give a shout out to?
Absolutely. We have a Welcome Week Ottawa, so we usually host a multicultural event, and this is going to be our 4th year doing it. It happens in June, and it's going to be really, really big. It's something that we invite parents, we invite community partners, we invite MPs and things like that. So check our websites. We also have regular workshops. There's just too much of them. So again, on the website, if you go, like employment workshops, you know, arts, recreation, things like that are on our website. So you can take a look at the events that we have upcoming.
Well, I know that Canada is welcoming to people from all over the world to call Ottawa and Canada home. And particularly in Ottawa, it's given me great pleasure to feature you today, to be able to show people that we have a welcoming organization in this city that's main focus is to create that inclusive environment for those that are calling Canada home.
Thank you, and thank you so much for having us. This is amazing. We really appreciate it.
It's been an honor. Thank you.
Thank you.
When we come up, we promise we're going to introduce you to some of those Algonquin College students from the Public Relations program. Well, that's what's coming up next on An Hour to Give.
Welcome to the Silver Spring Studios. I'm a member of the board of directors at OCAPD, and this was a special project that the board really championed. We didn't do the work, but we had a pool of money that had been raised by donations and fundraising, and it got to the point where we wanted to do something innovative with it that was also going to really expand the number of people that we could serve in the community.
We offer art, and we offer pottery, and we offer glassworks, and we offer life skills as well in the form of cooking and baking. We offer a lot of socialization with the group as well. We currently are working towards building a garden project with the Catholic School Board as well.
OCAPD is the short form for the Ottawa Carleton Association for Persons with Developmental Disabilities. We've been around for about 75 years, started by a group of families who recognized the need for services and has grown exponentially. We serve about 900 people in the community, about 600 staff. We run a number of group homes, residences, day programs, all kinds of different services and activities that support persons with developmental disabilities, both in Ottawa and in Cornwall.
A program like this is important because it's open to all people throughout the community if they have developmental disabilities. This program is becoming a community, part of the Bell's Corners community in particular. We offer evening classes, we offer weekend workshops as well, so we make those inclusive. So the importance behind it is that we're breaking down barriers between disabilities and persons who are able-bodied, for example, and we're offering opportunities to continue to grow as a community.
Welcome back to An Hour to Give. For those that have been following me for a while, you'll know that I love Algonquin College. I graduated from the Public Relations program in 1991, and we are meeting some of those brand new students that are taking the Public Relations program, and I'm so excited to welcome Sarah Sue and Avery Laprade to the show. Hello to you both.
Hi.
Nice to have you here.
Thank you for having us on.
Oh, thank you so much, Sarah. So tell me a little bit about why you wanted to get into public relations.
Yeah, for sure. I thought public relations was a really interesting field to get into. I previously was studying public affairs with the concentration in international policy back at Carleton, and I thought, making it the pivot to public relations is kind of similar, but still interesting enough to kind of pursue that route. Also, I like the idea that Algonquin College offered the co-op opportunity to just gain hands-on experience, especially during the school year as well.
Yeah, fantastic. Mm-hmm. And Avery, what was your driving force?
So obviously I'm coming from high school, like a lot of our learners are mature learners, but I want to go into fundraising and media relations and all the TV stuff, so I decided that public relations would give me the best overview of all of the different aspects instead of just focusing on one.
Mm-hmm. I can't wait to see where you two go and all of the other students that are going to join us today. Sarah, we heard the important work about OCISO and why that's so important, but this isn't the first time the public relations program has raised money for an important organization. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, that's correct. So the college has had this program going on for the past 40 years, and during each cohort, they usually host a charity campaign, which is student-led, which is really interesting because you get to, put the students into positions where they have to use their practical skills, to use their strategic thinking, and then as well, it's a really interesting way to, learn about the skills that you need for public relations. On top of that too, I think with the public relations campaign, they've cumulatively earned roughly around $600,000, which was really nice, and we're hoping to kind of add on to that with our current campaign this year.
And that's not small money. I mean, that is really impressive for students getting together and making impact in the community. What kind of impact are you hoping to make this year?
So we're hoping to raise about $10,000 for OCISO. But we're not only raising funds, we also want to raise awareness for their cause and the different programs that they have. And I think one thing that we didn't touch on was it's all run on a $0 budget. So everything we raise, we use to refund our venues, and anything that we do for each event, we use the money we raise. So that means although we raised $10,000, we might have raised $15,000, but then used some of it. So it's all in relation.
It's great. I mean, I think it's all part of that team environment. So what it's like to sort of get together, Sarah, and do this as a team, knowing that there might be a family that's coming to Canada, and you're all going to impact this family.
It's honestly really great and fulfilling. I think I have a personal attachment to it in a sense because my family came as immigrants. So knowing that we're able to help people who, don't know English as a first language or just need the additional support needed, honestly, it just kind of warms my heart in a sense. Additionally to that, it's like I really love how OCISO offers a lot of programs that help, families that need help with paperwork and stuff like that, because growing up, like my sister and I were the ones that had to help our parents with that. And then also the MLO program, like I think it's a really great program that they have that helps students that need it, especially when they're trying to integrate into a new school. As children, I find that is kind of hard for them, but I think that program that they offer kind of makes it a lot easier for them.
And was this an organization that you were aware of, Avery, or have you sort of had this opportunity to learn about the depth of the programs that they have?
So last semester we all pitched to learn more about charities. So each group pitched a organization, and I had never heard of OCISO before, or like the work they did, or even like the bigger issue that was there. Like I knew that there was issues with people, like they couldn't integrate and et cetera, but I didn't know how depth it was, and hearing my classmates talk about their stories really like brought awareness to me of, like this is something that we should work on. And like Sarah was the team leader of that pitch group, and she did an amazing job, and they all like, oh my gosh, swept away. Like it was amazing. And it's really great to see the work we're doing now.
And teamwork, I mean, everyone's bringing a different skill set to the table. Sarah, how has that been to sort of see somebody come into the program and watch them grow and learn about this organization and then jump on board with you? That must be fun.
Oh, super fun. Like I find that like working with a diverse group of people is super interesting. We get to see what other people's strengths are and weaknesses, and we strategize on how to make that work. And I think when we did that for our pitch, it really helped, I guess, motivate our cohort to, I guess, vote for our pitch to fundraise for OCISO. So I really did enjoy working with my team.
That's great.
Yeah.
And with everything, we were mentioning this earlier, with everything going on in the world and so many, situations where maybe people aren't feeling comfortable in countries that they've immigrated to, this is an opportunity for Canada to really sort of stand up and say we are a welcoming country and we want to make everyone feel welcome here. Has that sort of resonated in the campaign as well, all of the global issues that we're seeing happen in the world?
Definitely. And even this morning our professor was sending us like information like, here's some more information about what's going on in the world. So it's great to learn about other people across the globe and also other people in our own city, especially we're such a diverse class, learning everybody's different stories, and like it's great to see.
And we're going to learn all about some different events that you're hosting and all of the different things that you're doing, but give me a sense of who you're hoping that may hear the story of Algonquin public relations students taking on this opportunity to support OCISO.
Honestly, I'm just hoping that the whole Ottawa community hears about it, because I do believe that fundraising for OCISO is super important, and I am super excited for the number of events that we have lined up. I think that is really what's going to attract people in, and I guess learn more about the programs and services that OCISO provides, because what they do is super beneficial to our community.
And you've got a great group of professors and people sharing their experience to help guide all of you. How important has that guidance been for your team?
It's amazing. Like literally they sit down, they help us with everything. And I wanted to touch on, like, we also want to target future students. Like Algonquin College is an amazing place to be, and the public relations program in specific. All the professors are so welcoming, and you meet so many amazing people and actually use your skills in class. Like we're running these events, we're learning how to be PR professionals like that, but then also in our co-op next year.
And Sarah, if we were to connect and be interviewed right here in 2036, 10 years from now, how do you think this work that you're doing with your team will impact your career in a decade?
I think it's a great a great baseline to just work off of, because I believe the experience that we're learning this past year already has been super beneficial, I guess, to add to my resume, my expertise, my skill set, and I hope that, you know, I can look back in those years and think, wow, I'm really glad I was able to be part of this huge thing at, you know, in 2026.
And I'm just realizing as I asked you that question that I graduated 35 years ago. Didn't really want to mention the number, but I will say, to your point, is I still look back at my time at Algonquin and realize how many amazing skills that I received, but also the teamwork. The teamwork is really, really key. How key is it for you, Avery, that that at the end of the day, you're all going to celebrate this wonderful, not only the campaign, but that moment where you say to OCISO, we raised you X amount of dollars, and see the joy on their faces?
I'm so excited, but also within our class, we have a closing ceremony where we all have a little celebration and be like, oh, you know what, we did it, no matter how much we raised. The professors keep saying that. Like, not all things are defined in dollar amounts. It can be the awareness that we're raising and just the experience overall. And I'm so excited for the end when, like, me and Sarah get to be like, you know what, like, exec team and then also all of the event teams, we did it. Like, we completed a great goal and a great mission.
And you all have different roles, and remind me what your role is, Sarah.
So I'm co-coordinator of the campaign with Avery here.
Right.
And what we basically do is just oversee the whole campaign and just help streamline the things between event teams and the exec team, and just make sure everything goes smoothly for the next following weeks.
Fantastic. No pressure, ladies. No pressure.
Not at all.
Yeah. And when you think about sponsors and people that are coming on board and making those connections in the community, are you finding that some of them are like, we didn't know about OCISO? Are you already starting that dialogue?
Definitely. Not even just with sponsors and people that are interested in helping us, but just, hey, did you know that this is what my class is doing? Like, this is the organization. It's everyday people, but then it's also these small businesses in Ottawa. My event team is running a variety show, so having local artists be like, hey, like, did you know that this is happening? And I think another point I'd like to touch on is we're trying to reach students directly. So reaching out to clubs here at Algonquin, as well as Ottawa and Carleton, and being like, you should come to our event. Like, this is what we have going on. We really want to make sure that they know they're welcome here and the cause and the work that we're doing.
That's great. And you've got a great website. Tell us what that is, Sarah.
So it's acprcampaign.com. It should be live soon. And that's just going to be our landing page where you find information about our events, our donation page, and just a little bit about our campaign overall, our mission, values, all that fun stuff.
That's wonderful. And we heard earlier just the breadth of programs at OCISO and the number of people that come to this country. I remember, as I mentioned, I went to the gala. My admiration of this group just grows. Is that how you're feeling?
Definitely, especially when we get to meet Danielle and some of the other people that work directly at OCISO and sharing their experiences with us. It's amazing to see, especially as a student, to have that opportunity.
Speaking about amazing, thank you to these amazing guests today. More of your friends are going to come up here on the show.
Super exciting.
Sarah and Avery, thank you so much. I appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
And when we come back, more students from the Algonquin College Public Relations Program talking about how they're supporting OCISO. Come back on An Hour to Give.
That Council directs OC Transpo's Chief Safety Officer to conduct an audit in accordance with the relevant provisions of the Municipal Act into the safety concerns that resulted in Line 1 trains being removed from operation due to the cartridge-bearing spalling issue. And A, that the audit be initiated as soon as full service has been restored and that it be presented to the Transit Committee no later than 4 months following its commencement, in camera if deemed necessary. And and if full service is not achieved, or if it is identified that full service will not likely be achieved by the end of Q3 2026, that staff provide a report to the Auditor General and Council that identifies the projected full service completion timeline, all known issues, spalling and otherwise, regarding the Line 1 technical complications, explaining the most current information and analysis as to the issue, and C, a draft of the audit be provided to the Auditor General of Ottawa prior to the audit being submitted to committee.
Fully support the audit. It's important for us to maintain our commitment to transparency, and so we welcome the opportunity to do that. I appreciate the dialogue that we had at Council just to line out the timing and make sure that we can provide that fulsome response. So it's great initiative, and it's part of our commitment to transparency and keep people informed.
I love being a champ.
I am a member of the WARAM's Child Amputee Program. Through CHAMP, I get the artificial limbs I need to participate in everyday activities.
I'm always growing, so I always need new devices.
Support and helpful information on living with an amputation is available to me anytime.
I get to meet other kids that are just like me.
It's your donations that make the WARAM's CHAMP program possible. Thank you.
And we're back on An Hour to Give. I'm Sam Laprade. We're talking today all about OCISO and the wonderful work of the Algonquin College Public Relations students. Emily McLaren join us now, as well as Kay Hagonis. Nice to see you both.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, we're so excited. So tell me how you got into public relations.
It was really off of a whim.
Yes.
My dad and I were just kind of scrolling through the different courses that I could take, and he said, I think you'd be really good at public relations. You've got the personality for it. And so I thought I'd give it a shot, and here we are.
Dads know. Dads know. That's true. And how about yourself?
I was working in production for the longest time, but I've always been very extroverted, and up until I would say about last year, I was talking to a few public relations students, and they were talking about the work that they do, and honestly, it just aligned with what I think aligns well with myself, and I love talking to people in general, so I think it's the perfect program for me.
And you'll find, and I've mentioned a few times, I graduated 35 years ago. Why did I mention that number? But even in my own career, and I can tell you a lot of my friends that took the program, you will be able to do honestly anything. You will be able to work in fundraising, but you'll also be able to work for an association. You can work for the government. You can work for your favorite brand. You can, it's really endless. And I think the opportunity for the public relations program to create an opportunity for you to do a campaign, and it's A to Z, is so important. How excited are you about working with OCISO?
I'm really excited. I mean, before we did all of our campaigns last semester, I honestly hadn't heard about them, but the presentations that Kay and her colleagues did was just, it moved everybody in the class, and it just made everybody really excited to work with OCISO.
And you refer to Culture2Culture. Talk to me about what that means for your campaign.
We came up with the name Culture2Culture, as we know, when we're talking about immigration, Canada is a mosaic of culture, and I mean, no pun intended, but I think having these many different cultures plays a huge part in our community, and it's something that we can celebrate, and we should celebrate. And I think that's why we came up with the name Culture2Culture, which is very, very fitting to our campaign.
Yeah, I know, it's wonderful, and it really, I'm so proud to be Canadian. I really am. I'm so proud of the programs not only being offered here in the National Capital Region, but just across Canada, to make sure that people immigrating to this beautiful country feel supported. What have you learned already in terms of the work with OCISO and even in your own world?
I think that the different kind of services that they offer for people who are coming to Canada are amazing. They have so many different services, like learning English. They have different services where you can learn how to do your taxes. I just think it helps take away a lot of that pressure of new Canadians coming over, and just helps them settle in a lot better. So those are along the lines of the stuff that I've learned just already working with OCISO.
I need to learn how to do my taxes, by the way. But that's a whole whole other story. But no, I think that's wonderful. I think it's a really welcoming opportunity for people that are coming to Canada. I think even just about this winter alone, Kay, what it would be like to have landed here, let's just pretend in November, right? And not really understanding what the next 4 or 5 months would be like. Yeah. Do you think about that as you walk through the campaign, 100%. Of how daunting that would be?
Oh, yes. I mean, I think when people come to Canada, the first thing they know, they don't know where the services are, and they lack awareness of, you know, what's the next step. I mean, even today, I was talking to an Uber driver, and she was talking about how she's a newcomer herself, and she's not sure where to go. She has all these credentials, and she has, she knows French, she knows English, but she doesn't know how to take the next step, and that's why OCISO is such an important organization to have, especially nowadays where there, so many immigrants are coming, and with the government there's a lot of cuts and people are not aware, right? We definitely need to raise awareness.
Mm-hmm. And I love the fact that your teachers have put just as much focus on the awareness piece as the money piece. I think that is so brilliant of your teachers to share that, because the awareness also creates opportunities. You never know who's going to hear this interview or attend an event that you're all planning and really make that next step to help OCISO. It really is impressive. So tell me what Dad thinks about the work you're doing now. So he encouraged you to head to Algonquin, encouraged you to take public relations. Do you say, Dad, this is what we're working on and we're doing this thing for OCISO? What's Dad think?
My dad thinks that this is the best thing in the world. My dad has always been my biggest supporter. And I'll go home and I'll tell him, I'll be like, hey, I learned this about OCISO. This is what we're doing. My dad also works in the charity field. So anything that has to do with that, he is very proud.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And how does your family feel?
Oh, I mean, I come from my family are immigrants. They're first generation immigrants. Second generation, they are super, super proud of what I'm doing. And, this is, not only does it align with my culture, my history, they are super, super proud of the fact that I'm finding myself and I'm learning new things. And this is very hands-on. The Algonquin College public relations program is a very hands-on program, as you know.
Yes.
And that's the type of learner I am. I need to be hands-on. I need to be in it. And yeah, I mean, overall, I've said proud so many times, and I think that's not enough, words to express that.
You'll laugh. Even 35 years later, when I put a little 30 at the end of my news releases, I'm like, I learned that at Algonquin. Yes, exactly. So the skills do transfer over the years,
They do,
even as many decades as that has been. And tell me, Emily, when you tell your friends and family that you have all these events coming up and your team is all working together, is it feeling supportive? Are people saying, oh, I'm going to head out to that event and I'll see you there?
Absolutely. The amount of support that's around me is unimaginable. I have so many people, friends and family, that are just willing to come and do the most in order to support OCISO and Culture2Culture. It's really just, it's amazing. I'll call my grandparents and they just want to talk about it for hours.
That's great. That's fantastic. That's what grandparents do. I love it. I love it. That's great. And what do you hope to do? What do you hope to do, Kay, when you graduate from Algonquin College?
I mean, I hope to take what I have and just go into, I want to, public relations is definitely the place where I want to be. Our role is media relations, and I definitely want to go into media relations. I want to explore that, which is why I'm super grateful to have this position. And even learning about event planning and fundraising and all that, I think that I'm very open when it comes to the future, and I want to see where that will take me soon.
And the skills are so transferable, right? I mean, it's so exciting. I'm so excited for you guys. And so what are you going to do?
I would like to go into the sports industry. That's we've always been a big sports family, very much into football and hockey. So if I could get my foot in the door, maybe with the Ottawa Senators or, dare I say, Toronto Maple Leafs, it would be my dream to work somewhere in the sports industry.
And Dad's not involved in that at all. He doesn't.
Not at all.
Yeah,
not at all.
I can tell. I can tell. So the Culture to Culture piece in terms of the campaign, that's the overarching theme. We've talked about some events that are going to be coming up as well in terms of that. What would you want someone maybe that has never heard of this program before to know about what you're about to embark on? Would you want them to know about the events? Would you want them to know about OCISO? Give me a sense of what you want them to know about the program.
I mean, I've heard from a lot of people that they haven't heard of OCISO before, and I think to me what's really important is to raise awareness, not just to raise funds. I know that has been something that we've talked about, but I think awareness is what's really important, because you can just talk to the everyday people wherever you go. They're not. It's not that they're not aware, but they're not exactly looking into the right places. And it's a little bit hard when you're already, coming into a new place and you have so many things that you need to do and you're not sure where to start. I think that, for me personally, I think awareness is definitely the most important thing.
Well, and let's think about it. I mean, someone could be watching us right now that landed in this country 2 weeks ago, and they're hearing us, or listening to us, and they're having this opportunity to say, I want to be connected to OCISO, and maybe you're inspiring to someone to reach out to join a program. How would that make you feel, Emily?
It would be amazing, honestly, if we could reach even just one person who needs OCISO services, and that can make an impact. That's really what we're trying to do here. We really just want to make sure that people are aware of OCISO and are aware of their services, so that they know that they can go to a place and they can have a community within a community, right? Being able to go and connect with people who are maybe going through their same issues is really important, to know that they're not alone. And so everybody who does go to OCISO, it creates a really beautiful community.
I love that. I love that. That's beautifully said. And what would you do? Anything to add to that?
Outside of OCISO, I think the Algonquin College public relations program, even if you don't know what you want to do, I think it's a good place to start. They teach, I mean, as you said, there's a lot of transferable skills, and it's definitely a place where you can find yourself as well, especially. You were just talking to Avery. She's new. She's fresh out of high school, and this is a program where they teach her a lot of the things that she might like and she might be very passionate about, or what she dislikes. It's one of those things.
Yeah, 100%. And you might, to your point, you might be inspiring someone to join the PR program.
Exactly.
And someone, when you're going into your second year, a first-year student might walk up to you and say, I saw you on Rogers TV. I listened to you on Country 1011. How would that feel?
I'd feel a little oh, did I do well? But it would be really good to know that we just got the message out and people were able to see and hear what we were talking about.
Well, I'll answer for it. You did very well. You're doing very well. And Kay, last words to you. Where can we find out some more information about the upcoming campaign?
Of course, we have a website. It's called acprcampaign.com. There should be a page where you can donate, and there will be more to come in terms of the events that we're throwing. We're throwing about 7 events, including an opening event. And we should also be on social media under ACPR campaign.
Okay. Well, I'll be watching closely, and I'll definitely make a donation as well. So thanks for all the great work to Emily and Kay for joining us, and a couple of their fellow students are going to join us as well here on An Hour to Give. I'm Sam Laprade. We're learning all about OCISO and the Algonquin College Public Relations Program today. We're doing 2 things today on An Hour to Give.
They say life is measured in moments, but really, it's measured in beats. Every beat is a promise, a rhythm that carries us forward, even when the world feels uncertain. In medicine, we chase those beats. We mend them, we protect them, we fight for them. For 50 years, these halls have been home to pioneers. Visionaries who shaped the very heart of cardiovascular medicine. But it's not just the breakthroughs, it's the people. everyday heroes who make every beat matter. We've learned that a heart is more than muscle and blood. It's memory, it's courage, it's connection. Our heart lives on in those we serve. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. This is our story. 50 years of heart. And we're just getting started.
I'm Sam Laprade. We're back here on An Hour to Give, talking all about OCISO and, of course, Algonquin College and the Public Relations Program. And Jalila Oryeth and Sarah Okasanya are joining us now, two of the students that are working hard to make sure that these fundraisers go really well, and the raising awareness for OCISO is top shelf, and they are joining me now. Hi, welcome.
Hi, thank you for having us.
Yeah, it's great to have you here. It's wonderful. What's your role in the campaign?
Okay, in the Culture2Culture campaign, my role is a sponsorship coordinator. So I compile the sponsorship package and I start approaching all the prospect leads of corporations, local businesses, and anybody who might help with the sponsorship. It's not always for monetary funds, what we're asking. We can accept in-kind donations. So if someone is to provide us with an in-kind contribution that we can use towards auctioning or raffle, it will be another way to help.
Listen to you. It's so cool to hear you talking about that. I mean, it sounds like you've been doing this for a long time. And is it exciting for you to be working in that role?
Oh, absolutely. I applied for it. I asked for it.
Yeah.
And when I got it, I threw a little celebration. I'm like, yes, I wanted to do this.
I love that. Well, I'm celebrating with you for sure. And Sarah, what's your role?
I'm actually co-social media lead for the campaign. So I'm actually going to be the one taking over for the Eventbrite, as well as posting for the campaign. So taking care of the TikTok, social medias, Facebook, Instagram, as well as a bit of the Eventbrite, not too much. I know that that's also mainly our executive roles that will be taking care of that. But I'll be doing that alongside Millie Hogan, who is our main co-social media lead for this.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So that's a big job too. Yeah. I've got two big jobs here today. And talk to me a little bit about why that aspect of the work and helping to raise those funds or those gifts in kind for OCISO was a role that you wanted to take on.
Thank you for this question. So when the professors first told us about the ACPR campaign, they explained that we're starting with zero budget. And zero budget does not sound very much to start a campaign with. And I know that during the events team are doing a wonderful job for now, but that does not mean that they can secure a venue and they can start sale tickets all with a zero budget. So there's going to be some overhead costs to these events. I'm just trying to make sure that in addition to them not just breaking even and making a profit, that they have the support. There will be this kind of security blanket that even if your event only breaks even, we're still bringing in some income. And some of the donations and sponsorship can be from the venues as well. And I want to say that, at least in my experience for my event team, there has been a very positive response from Ottawa business owners. And it's really heartwarming, because when you say I'm doing this for fundraisers, you should see the responses on my email. How everybody wanted to help, and it's like, oh, I cannot offer you the venue, but how about I do this? How about I offer this? I was very heartwarming, especially with the in-kind donations. I understand some businesses right now, they're not in a position to give cash, and that is okay. But some have offered treatments, classes, programs, art pieces, things that we can auction, and it will end up in the same pool of donations for Culture2Culture.
And what you've just described is community.
Yes.
Right? I mean, community, everyone doing a little part to create this wonderful community. It's wonderful. That's great. And you've got a very big job in terms of social media. Yeah. And I'll just, you can probably guess 35 years ago there was no social media. Oh yeah. So I didn't learn that, but that is such an important part of the public relations world right now, getting those messages out. What are you hoping to achieve with your campaign?
I'm hoping to help grow the social media pages for the campaign. I have a lot of experience doing social media outside of schooling and etc. And I really enjoy media relations and I really enjoy social media in general. But I really hope to help grow the page for one, as well as gain a lot of experience and also just to have fun with the social media. I know for a fact that like as long as we're having fun with what we're creating, it will also help boost where it's going. It'll also broaden it to a wider community as well.
Yeah, absolutely. You hit the nail on the head. I think it's really important that the creative inspires and tells a story, and that can all be done in a really fun way. So that's really exciting.
And if I may add something to what Sarah said, she makes it look so easy. Because to me, this is rocket science. And when I sit down and I watch her edit the videos and how she can create something out of a very fleeting moment, I'm like, she can do magic.
Right. See, I love this moment because this is also inclusivity. It's also supporting. And I think when you go to school and you have this opportunity to work with many different people, the more that we can lift each other up as you're trying to lift OCISO, you've created a community within your class.
That is true. And for me, my background is mostly as an editor and a copywriter. So I'm not confused about the writing bit. But when it comes to design or videos, this is not my forte, but I'm there to learn, so I don't shy back. And every time I come to someone with a question, especially Sarah, they're very patient with me. They're like, okay, we will show you how to do this. And I truly appreciate it because it's a learning moment, not only from the professors, who are rock stars, by the way, but also the cohort. They're amazing.
It reminds me almost when someone's coming to Canada by themselves and they arrive in this country, you all arrived as students by yourself to that class. And you're all coming around and supporting each other, just like you want OCISO to do. Does that resonate with you, that analogy?
Oh, it definitely does. I find that OCISO does such amazing work within the community. Apparently, I've had family members who've worked with them in the past. I found this out after having a bit of conversation with them and telling them that we're actually going to be working with OCISO, especially knowing that there's other organizations out there within the state that also do just as amazing work. But we really wanted to focus on OCISO mainly because they help people like my family. They help newcomers. They help immigrants. They help people with the language courses. And they're doing, again, such amazing work for the city and the community that, like, it was I guess, how can I say this? It was an opportunity not to be missed.
Oh, I love that. Use that in social media. That would be fantastic.
We're gonna have that.
That's great. And you know, potentially you may meet someone that has had their life turned around, aside from some of the people we've heard even from your own group. But you may meet someone that says, only because OCISO is my family thriving here in this country. Are you ready for those moments? Because they can be emotional.
That is true, and I would like to say I have already experienced those moments. I came to Canada 10 years ago. I did not have any family, any friends. I only had my cat. And I started volunteering at the time, and I volunteered with settlement agencies because I used to work as an interpreter as well, community interpreter. And I helped many of the families to go on their first appointments, to get their health cards, to register their kids to schools, to explain what the different school boards are. It's a completely different system. It's not only the language and the jobs, which is the visible aspect of it. You're being introduced to a new world, and I did that. I helped volunteered to help them while I'm still figuring it out myself. And I've seen people who, in my early years here, were actually clients of OCISO, and now they've gotten jobs and their kids are in schools, and I see the social media posts and I get invited to the graduation parties because we became friends along the way. And it's just amazing. There is no telling, with this support, they would not been here 8 years later or 10 years later. So I've already seen it. I believe in it. That's why my heart is totally in Culture to Culture.
And here I'm thinking you're going to experience a moment when you have a plethora of stories of your own, which really warms my heart that you came to this country, and I'm hoping we made you feel welcome.
Yes, actually, this is the one thing that I was never worried about, because when I told everybody with my decision that we're coming to Canada, everyone kept saying, you will love the people there. And it was such a weird comment because I lived in different places before. I never worried about the people. I'm like, yeah, am I going to love the country? They're like, you will love the people. And getting to experience what is it to be a Canadian, the sense of community, the kindness, the openness to others, firsthand as an immigrant, and now becoming a Canadian citizen and actually doing this work, there is nothing more I would have wanted to do.
Sarah, what does it mean to hear your classmates speak this way?
I love it. That was actually very touching. My family also has a very similar story. My mother came here to help an uncle out after he had lost his wife due to a black ice accident in Toronto, actually. And because of that, literally, just the sense of community that she got from Ottawa, from Toronto, just from the people that were in her surroundings. That includes whether it's my godparents today, her coworkers that she was working with, even if it was just a neighbor, the sense of community that they brought, and just everybody being so welcoming and so helpful. It just makes such a great difference. And truly, I appreciate all the work that OCISO does because, again, like, they are creating that sense of belonging for people who did not have that sense of belonging before. And yeah, just really great work.
Well, that's amazing. Well, I can totally see why your group chose OCISO and why there's so many stories, even within the people we've had on the show today. And we know that your classroom is made up of many, many more people than what we met today. And they're all equally working hard to make sure that that the word about OCISO and the fundraising efforts are going to be spread far and wide. Any last moments? We have about 30 seconds. Any last thoughts?
Last thoughts is, if you truly believe in this, if you would like to help in your own way, go to the campaign website, acprcampaign.com. You can donate money, you can donate in-kind items, you can sign a pledge to volunteer, become an OCISO volunteer, because giving is not always money. It can be sense of belonging and showing the immigrants that you are there for them.
The gift of time.
Yes, ma'am.
Any last thoughts from yourself, Sarah?
I would definitely love to invite the community to our events. We're actually going to be hosting 7 different events that are, again, completely open to the community, the youth, the adults, the elderly, our newcomers. Bring your friends, your family, spread the word. There are going to be 7 different events, including a speakeasy, a game to glass night, as well as a variety show. So many different events and activities that are just exciting. And again, this is all student run with a budget of $0. It would mean a lot for you guys to show up and show out.
And the list of all the events will be on that website, and we can go there, find out what's going to work with our schedules, and support all of you at the Public Relations Program at Algonquin College. Thank you for sharing your stories today and for your enthusiasm behind the campaign for OCISO.
Thank you.
Appreciate it very much. I have loved today. I've loved the opportunity today to share about OCISO and also give you an idea of the work that's being done by the public relations students at Algonquin College. I think we're in good hands in the future in public relations in this city, and wherever the students go and wherever this work takes them, I know that they'll make an impact in their community. I am really grateful for all of our guests today and grateful that you've joined us to listen and watch An Hour to Give and learn all about these great stories happening in our community. Till next time.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
A literary feast where all the cookbook authors, mostly the chefs and the people who wrote good cookbooks, coming together under one roof, telling their story, and the guest will have an opportunity to wish them, get a signed copy of their book, hear the story, how they made the book, and all about food. So through food, we connect people. That's what we're trying to do.
I'm so excited that Chef Joe chose the public library to launch something like the Literary Feast, entirely appropriate. And you know, when I'm looking to the future, I can't wait to welcome everyone to Ottawa's new Central Library at Atisoke. And in that space, one of the features that we're going to have is a demonstration kitchen, so that, you know, people can attend cooking lessons there in person. Libraries have always been about access, and what do people want to have access to? They need access to spaces, they need access to experiences, they need access to different kinds of expertise to learn about cooking. So what a great way